Hi everyone, how's it going? My name is Kreigh Carter. I am a boom operator, I'm a sound mixer. I've worked on some of my own little projects where I kind of all around have to do a little bit of everything, a little bit of camera, a little bit of lights, a little bit of audio. But I've also worked on some bigger sets with some big name actors, and I usually boom op for those. Some big name actors, Nicolas Cage, Ty Sheridan, Mickey Rourke, Florence Pugh. I've worked with a lot of these actors before. So I partnered with Jeff. We're gonna make these videos where we've taken a few audio tips that can apply to if you do your own stuff. They can apply to if you do work on bigger sets, and hopefully they'll help you out with some of that stuff. Let's get started. Okay, I've comprised a list of 5 items that are all $10 or under, and most of them you can find at your local Walmart, your local Amazon. These are 5 items that I've found very useful for when you are putting lavalier mics on actors. This works great if you do your own projects. These work great if you work on bigger sets. They work for all. So let's start at the bottom of the list, number 5, and that is these guys right here. These are just little wraps that you find. Most of the time they're for athletic kind of stuff. You sprain your ankle, something like that. There's also kind of this athletic tape. This stuff's very cheap, and I'll tell you what it's used for. If you have an actress or something, or someone who you have the pack that you have to hide, and they don't have any pants or anything, like they're wearing a dress or a skirt or something like that, you can take these and you can wrap them around a leg, you can wrap them around their waist, and they have a little Velcro side here that you can kind of attach, and then you have a place where you can put your transmitter and hide it. Usually we call this a thigh wrap. Usually you kind of got to put it on the inside of the thigh, and you put it there, you wrap it around their leg, and then they have a place to hide. You can connect the mic. So that is number 5. These are just useful to have around. Again, super cheap, super easy to find. All right, number 4 on my list is this stuff right here. It's called Moleskine. Again, you can find it at Walmart. You can find it at pretty much any little store you have. They're mostly used for like when you get blisters and things like that. So if you look in the footwear kind of section where the Band-Aids, stuff like that is, that's where you can find this stuff. What this stuff is used for is to quiet a mic that you might have on someone. So if you have a mic that you've got, I've got one hidden right here. If it's rubbing against some material, rubbing against a shirt, something like that, you can throw this on. It's got a little sticky side, and it's got kind of a little fabric side, and that can quiet the movement of if you're walking around with a shirt and you're hearing some clothing noise. So having something like this on set is very helpful. And again, very cheap, very easy to find. That's number 4. Number 3 on the list is these little things here. Now these are close because some of these are more like $10 to $15, but these are just little lavalier rubber mounts, okay? We'll get a close-up of this, but basically these are perfect. You put your mic inside of them, and then you can put that on someone's chest, you can put that under someone's clothes, and what it's gonna do is it's gonna stop the head of the mic from rubbing against any material. And that's where most of your sound comes from. Most of your clothing noise comes from the head of your lavalier mic rubbing on some cloth or chest hair or something like that. So this kind of makes a little air pocket where your mic can hide, and then it makes it so it cannot rub against the clothes. Now there's tons of different brands, there's tons of different sizes for whatever mic you might have. This one is a Bumblebee rubber mount. These ones here are Sanken's RM11s. These are probably the most popular ones, and they're used for a lot of the more popular lavalier mics out there. But these are awesome. I usually just keep my mics inside of them at almost all times, and I rarely take them off. Number 2 on my list is this stuff, Topstick. This is probably not something you can find at Walmart. However, it is very cheap, and you can find it at Amazon or B&H or online, any of those places. And basically all it is it's just double-sided tape, and it can stick to skin very well. It's double-sided tape, it's hyperallergenic, it doesn't irritate people's skin. You can it sticks really well even if they're sweating, even if things like that. So this stuff is what I use on the back of these rubber mounts. I use it all the time to stick the rubber mounts to the skin. You can use it on the mics themselves if you don't have a rubber mount to stick to skin. I like to just kind of cut mine up into these little size, so they're sized appropriately. And then I just put them on the back of these rubber mounts, and then I'll stick that on the inside. So Topstick, I find it useful all the time for many different applications, but that's the main one. So that's number 2 on my list. Number 1, and this is one of the easiest ones to find, one of the cheapest ones, it is medical tape, simple medical tape. You can find it at Walmart by the Band-Aid section usually. It's very cheap. And essentially, it's just, what makes it great is A, you can rip it without scissors. That's actually a big deal when you're on set, when you're running around. It's kind of a pain to carry scissors around with you. So it rips real easily. It sticks to skin. It also is hyperallergenic, so it doesn't irritate most people's skin. It also sticks really well to people's skin, which is a lot of tapes don't stick. So this stuff's really well, when you have a wire on someone to kind of tuck the wire away, you can just use little strips of medical tape and kind of keep the wire kind of contained where you want it. So I suggest always having some of this available. Again, it's like $3 to $5. It's super easy to find. I use it all the time. It's the main tape that I use for most sound applications. So that's my top 5 list of just cheap, $10 or under sort of things that anyone can find, that whether you work on big sets, whether you work as a one-man crew and you have to do your own stuff, I think everyone should have some of these. They're gonna make your sound game go from here to here, just with these simple items. Again, super cheap. Thanks for watching this video. We appreciate you being here. We're gonna be doing more of these audio videos. If you found it useful or helpful for you at all, please leave a comment, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, hit the little bell so that you'll be the first to see this video. You could be number 1. How does that sound to you? So bad. How does that sound? What do you got there, sis?
We need your phone for a second.
No, because I gotta use it. The remote is in there, I saw it. I'll bring it in a second.
It's not working.
Well, I'll bring it in a second, okay? Off you get.